The only way you're ever going to hit your first 5, 10k months or scale to 30, 40 and 50k months as an online fitness coach is by being able to sell. Whether it's right now or in 10 years, and it's not just in business, every day in life, every time we meet someone or speak to a new girl or go for a new job interview or try and do anything, we have to sell ourselves, we have to sell our personality. And the number one thing that I see that holds fitness coaches back from being able to do this is just simply their mentality. Whether it's imposter syndrome that makes them not believe that they're worthy enough to charge high prices, or they just don't have the confidence to just pitch their product at a premium price. After generating over $1 million this year with high ticket fitness coaching for all of my clients, I can safely say the number one reason that stops our clients from converting the leads that they get booked onto calls is simply their mentality. Whether it's imposter syndrome or a lack of self-confidence or not being able to demand authority on a call or not being able to identify when they need to handle objection in a certain way, mentality is the key factor that it comes to sales. Sales is about people and people are all about their mind and minds are about mentality. So if you want to hit your first 5 or 10k months or eventually scale to 30 and 40k months, you need to master sales and you need to master your sales mentality. This video, I'm going to break it all down for you A to Z. So if you're new to high ticket sales and fitness coaching and whatever type of way you want to frame it, I need you to understand the following, right? If you come into your call with bad energy, they're going to feel it. And what I mean by bad energy is, let's say someone just cut you off in traffic, right? And you're not letting go of that feeling and you jump onto the call. It may only be 5-10% bad energy, but I promise you're gonna put it on them. So this is why sales is such like people skills, because you need to be able to brush off anything that's happened in that day and get in the zone. And this is why I suggest having a 5 to 10 minute pre-call routine so you can get into the flow of it and brush off all the negative emotion that you have. It makes a huge difference. Next, if you're only focused on making money, they're going to sense it. So your goal as a coach needs to be to just purely help someone. Now, compared to all of the other coaching industries, it could be Forex coaching, it could be Amazon FBA coaching, crypto coaching, fitness coaches care the most about changing lives because it's a physical bodily transformation you give someone, not a financial bank account one. So this one usually isn't something that fitness coaches deal with as much. Now, if you're desperate because you've not had a close in a while, your prospect is also going to notice it. You need to be fully detached from the outcome, and if your only goal is to help and provide value, you won't care whether you get paid or not. You'll be focused on this, and focusing on this is what gets you paid first. Now, if you come in cocky or a bit arrogant and a bit big-headed after a few wins, they're going to pick up on it. Trust me. Don't be educating or trying to teach them as well. It's very important that you don't treat a sales call like a class or an educational lesson. A lot of the times when I'm reviewing my client sales calls, they'll be on a call and a lead will say something like, oh, I'm just struggling because my metabolism's slow. And they'll be like, oh, but actually, I don't believe that your metabolism gets slow. It's this and it's this and it's this and it's this. Bro, they're not coming on the call for you to educate them. You don't need to drop all that education game because they already know that you can do it for them. And that's why they're on the call with you in the first place. Make sure that your sales calls aren't fucking seminars talking about meal plans and metabolisms and fucking macros and all this bullshit. People only care about the outcome, not all the bullshit mumbo jumbo that's involved in it. They only want the end result. And all of those 4 things that I've just listed just lead to no closers. Very simple. So how do we stop it? Well, you basically just need to train yourself to stay neutral, win or lose. So don't ride the high of your last close and don't spiral after a no-show or someone saying not right now. Now this mental balance is called stoicism. Now, not to get all wishy-washy with you, but stoicism is the number one key to sales. And the reason why it matters is because nothing is ever as bad or as good as it seems. If someone says no, who cares? There's more calls to be taken. And if you close 3 deals in a day, who cares? More calls are still there to be taken. So whether you close or you don't close, the outcome still remains the same. You need to take more calls. So why are you letting the outcome of the last call change how you're going to go into the next call? So adopting this mindset is going to basically mean you are not outcome dependent. And get used to having this mindset early and you'll become a consistent closer instead of a roller coaster. And what I mean by that is up, down, up, down. You don't want to be like that. You just want to be a straight line, whether you made 5K that day or you didn't close anything that day. Now, outside of being outcome dependent, additional things is you're not here to convince anyone, you're here to qualify. So you need to understand you're not a beggar hoping someone says yes. You're a leader guiding a decision. And if they're not a fit, you don't want them in your program anyway. So stop forcing it. Honestly, if the client doesn't quite easily say yes, or after you handling objections doesn't quite easily say yes, bro, just let it go. Because you've done something wrong beforehand, and just burning the lead is the worst thing you can do. So let go of the convince and chase mindset. They need to know that you're the expert, and remember to hold that frame so it always looks like, hey, mate, I don't need you. You need me. Another thing is silence is superpower. So one of the biggest rookie mistakes is over talking. Honestly, a sales call in the first 20-30 minutes in the discovery phase, as we call it, when you're figuring out their pain points, their goals, it should be 80% them talking and 20% you talking. The moment you take over is when you're setting the frame in the beginning, and obviously when you're pitching the product and when you're dropping the price. Those all come at the very start of the call and at the very end of the call. Everything else in the middle, where you're asking them questions, it should just be you being quiet and just asking thoughtful questions. And this requires you to be very good at listening. One of the reasons why people overspeak is because they're not good at listening. So they have to make up for that by yapping. And another reason why this happens is because people feel awkward in silence. So you then fill up the space. Don't. Ask a powerful question like, how does that make you feel? And then shut up. Let them feel it, and the more they talk, the more they buy. You're not a commentator, guys, you're a closer. Next up, we've got objections. When someone gives you an objection, they're still in the game. So you need to understand that an objection isn't rejection, it's actually a buying signal. And when you think of an objection like this, you actually get hyped when someone gives you an objection. It's like, oh, cool, this guy is actually interested. I just need to overcome the little hurdle. It's like a fun little game. So if they weren't interested, they'd just say nothing. They'd be like, yeah. Okay, yeah, and show zero energy. Objections means that they're looking for reassurance and they're not just running away. So if you handle it properly, you can flip a no or a maybe into a yes. And 90% of deals are made after the objection anyway. So understand this. Objections are your opportunities to close. Stop looking at them as a negative. And a final reminder is that once you start hitting 10 to 20K a month in sales, all of this mindset will make perfect sense, and you will subconsciously just have adopted all of this whether you like it or not. Anyone who's making 10 to 20K a month from their offer is already doing all of these things. But the problem is you can't wait for that number to show up to start adopting this mentality, because thinking like this is how you're actually going to get to that number. And basically, welcome to sales. At the end of the day, the truth is you can have the most viral or best nurturing content. You can have the best DM framework and have the highest call booking rate and show rate. But if you can't be good at sales, if you can't close the deal and push it over the line, your revenue is never going to increase. The difference between a 10% close rate to a 30% close rate is literally triple. So just that one change can triple the income that you're making and take you from 2K a month to 3K a month, or 5K a month to 15K a month. And being able to 2x, 3x, 4x that close rate is how we've managed to generate so much cash for our clients in such a short amount of time. So if you want me and my team to show you exactly what you're doing wrong with your sales so that you can make your first 5 to 10K a month in the next 30 to 60 days, or we'll work with you for completely free until you do hit that mark, then go to the description and book a free one-to-one strategy call with me and my team, or hit the link below that and you can head over to my Instagram and drop me a DM privately and we'll just chop it up over voice notes. And just remember, if you don't master sales, you're never going to make it in online fitness coaching.